I'm joined by Skoota of the Melbourne Pinball Association. You guys, I guess, are an appreciation society for the grand old art of pinball, and there's a lot of pinball machines here at PAX.
There certainly is, yeah. Last year we came along and there was no pinball machines on site. We had the virtual pinball machine that was Infinity, I think, we're running, and he's done a lot of great work on that, and that's come a long way. So this year the guys approached me early in the year from Retro Gaming. I was Retro Gamers and Gaming Domination, Retro Domination, and said, hey, would you be able to put a proposal in for a couple of pinball machines? So I put it back with the guys and we had to think about it and so yeah, we could put a proposal in, and it went from 4 machines next to a couple of their area to 10 machines and running an IFPA World Tournament on the Saturday and holding medal tournaments throughout the rest of the days.
Right, and it's interesting to see because there are a lot of the classic machines that people will recognise, like Getaways here, and for a newer one you've even got stuff like the Family Guy one, but you've got Lethal Weapon on the other side. But you've got new ones, the Game of Thrones machine, which obviously could not have been made 20 years ago.
No.
What's going on there?
I was wanted to show a history or a timeline through games. So I wanted to get some games from the 80s, 90s, and show guys how they've progressed from the weight, the heaviness of them, the way they feel and play. So I went out and put a proposal to Stern that if they could ship some machines across. I got an email back, surprising enough, and saying that they'll fast track 2 machines to Australia. Right. So these are the first 2 machines that are coming to Australia just for PAX. Norbert from Australian Pinball League set them up at his depot, made sure they're all right, shipped them down here for us to play on, and they've been fantastic. The punters have come to them, swarmed to them. But surprisingly, like you said, they've actually swarmed to the older models as well. They're finding just the 20-year-old machines hold just as much fun and pleasure as the newer machines. The newer machines will have the names and the titles that come with it, but the older machines are people's favourites that they grew up in fish and chip shops.
It's got the nostalgia attached.
Yeah, the nostalgia attached, and they still work and play like they did from day one.
And I guess that is the difference between, say, some of the electronic games and the physical ones. It's obviously harder to find parts for these now, but they tend to be a bit longer wearing if they were built well in the first place.
That's exactly correct. And a lot of parts will be, if developed from Stern, will cross over from Stern and Williams and so forth. So the underneath side of things are a lot easier to replace. You get more technical when you want to start replacing things on the actual paintwork. You need a painter to come in and so forth. But lucky enough, we have a lot of great, keen punters that want to come along to the clubs that have those skills and offer those skills to club members. So,
how do you find, like, I mean, a lot of young people will know what, like a lot of really like tiny kids will know what pinball is, but they've most likely never played one if you think of it in a real sense. Like, how's that reaction been?
I actually quizzed a few families that came in, and I was actually surprised that you'd think there would be, say, 12 or 13 and younger. It's actually around about the 18 years old, that anyone under 18 that hasn't been to it, because now they're only in pubs, really. Yeah. You don't see them in the fish and chip shops, you don't see them at the cinemas anymore, they're all the claw machines. So it's surprising to me that I ask someone, have you played this machine before? And they turn around and they're nearly 18 and say, I've never seen a pinball machine in my life.
Crazy to think. Skoota, thank you very much for your time, mate.
Cheers, thank you guys.